Hi, Jordan with Form Lighting here. Today we're going to be showing you how to install our LED tail lights on this Jeep JL Wrangler. Let's get started. To start this installation, we'll be gaining access to the trunk via the tailgate. We'll also be lifting the rear window, that way you guys can have a better view and it'll be a little easier. However, you don't need to do that. Going into the trunk, we'll be removing this small black cover using a trim removal tool. Now we'll be grabbing our 10mm socket, removing this bolt here. With that removed, we can go ahead and pull our tail light straight out and unplug our factory connector. To unplug the factory connector, first we'll need to pull this red tab back and press down here on this black tab. If your Jeep came with blind spot awareness, then the next step is going to be to transfer the module from the old tail light to the new tail light. If your Jeep did not come with this feature, you can skip ahead to the timestamp below. To start, we'll be grabbing a Phillips head screwdriver and removing these 3 screws. Go ahead and set this piece aside. We'll be removing these 2 Phillips head screws as well. Now we can set this plastic cover off to the side and remove our module assembly from the tail light. To remove our module from the bracket, we'll need to pull back on these 2 tabs here. And then from here, we can disconnect our factory connector. Moving on to our form tail lamp, we can reinstall our blind spot module by performing the same steps we used to take it off in reverse. Now, for the turn signal, on US vehicles, it's combined with the brake light. Similar to the factory LED tails, the entire lamp will illuminate on signal. However, these lamps also include an additional amber signal that will light up in a sequential pattern. If you would like to utilize the additional sequential feature to run along with the standard red signal, you will need to use the included harness to pin your connector and route the other end to the front of the vehicle. If you do not wish to use this feature, simply skip ahead to the timestamp below. Coming over to the vehicle, we're going to need to remove one of the cavity plugs in the factory connector. To do this, we'll first grab a pair of needle nose pliers, so that way we can remove the plastic pin separator from inside the connector. We're going to be removing the cavity plug from the 3rd pin over. To do so, grab the connector with one hand, applying pressure to the cavity plug using a finger. From the other side of the connector, using a pick tool, press down on the black tab underneath the cavity plug until it releases. Then, using a pair of needle nose pliers, you can pull it out the rest of the way. Now, we'll take the pin end of our supplied harness and plug it into the factory connector, making sure that the closed end of it is towards the middle. Then, we can reinsert our plastic pin separator, making sure to push it all the way back in. Now, we'll take the other end of our supplied harness and feed it through the hole in this corner here, all the way to the ground. You don't have to do this, but we're going to go ahead and add a zip tie here to keep strain off the connector while we're routing the rest of the wire. We're going to be moving underneath the vehicle to route the rest of our wiring to the front fender. While doing so, make sure to stay away from any hot or moving parts, and you can secure it along the way using zip ties. Now that we've got our wire ran to the back of the fender, we're going to stop because we'll need to remove the fender liner. To do this, we'll remove 4 plastic push clips, 2 8mm screws, and 2 10mm screws. Now we can feed our harness up into the fender well, securing it alongside the factory wiring. With our wiring routed, we're ready to go ahead and tap into the back of our DRL housing harness. Now this vehicle has been used many times for many different tests, so there are a few extra taps here, but you'll be looking for a white and green wire. Since this vehicle has been tapped already, we'll be showing you how to use the T-tap off vehicle. We'll take our T-tap, wrap it around the wire, and clamp it down. Then we'll take a pair of needle nose pliers and secure it fully. With your wire tapped, go ahead and plug your supplied harness into the T-tap. Coming back to the rear of the vehicle, we can now go ahead and plug our new Form LED tail lamp into the factory connector and then re-secure it using the 10mm bolt that we removed earlier. Now that this tail lamp is installed, we can go ahead and confirm that everything is functioning properly. Then, you want to put it back together using the same steps that we used to take it apart. To install the passenger side lamp, simply repeat the same process that we used on the driver's side. As you can see, with little effort, your Jeep will have a new custom LED upgrade that'll make you stand out with its sequential turn signals, a chasing startup sequence that dances around the lamp when they turn on, smooth 6000K dual white reverse lights, and a unique infinity mirror styling. We offer these lamps in both a standard red or a smoked look to complete whatever look you're going for. Unlike other options on the market, you can also maintain your blind spot detection system without any errors. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss out on any new products. And if you're wanting to stay up to date with the latest on anything Form, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok by searching Form Lighting. You can pick up a new set of lights for your vehicle today at formlights.com or by using our dealer map to find a Form Lighting dealer near you. Thanks for watching.